The Cycle of Abuse, Recognizing the Signs. Hello, and welcome to this important educational video titled, The Cycle of Abuse, Recognizing the Signs. Abuse is a reality that many individuals face, often silently, in their daily lives. By understanding the behaviors that lead to abuse and recognizing the warning signs early on, we can become part of the solution to break this damaging cycle. Let's explore the journey from seemingly minor incidents, like street harassment, to more harmful patterns of abuse that occur within the private walls of domestic life. Our goal is to educate, empower, and equip communities to identify, support, and act. It begins in public. A woman walks hurriedly down the street. A catcall follows her. "Hey, beautiful, where are you going? Smile for me." She quickens her pace, trying to ignore the intrusive comment. While this may seem trivial to an observer, this one's supposed harmless interaction can set the stage for a pattern, harassment that normalizes disrespect. Street harassment is more than unwanted attention. It's an act of power and control. It imposes fear and discomfort. Initial harassment often introduces harmful attitudes that, when unchecked, can escalate into more toxic behavior. Let this be a reminder: the cycle of abuse doesn't always start at home. Often, it begins out in the open, where inappropriate behaviors are dismissed and go unchecked. As we transition to the next act, we meet Tom. At first glance, Tom appears charming and easygoing, but as time unfolds, we see subtle shifts in his behavior towards his partner. At home, Tom often criticizes his partner, sharp comments about her appearance, dismissive remarks about her opinions, controlling questions about who she spends time with. "Why do you need to meet your friends again? Shouldn't you focus on us instead?" These small, seemingly innocent actions begin to show early signs of control. What starts as mild jealousy grows into outright possessiveness. Tom's behavior becomes a clear example of the escalation within the cycle of abuse. By depicting such a scenario, we confront the reality of how public harassment seeps into private, unhealthy relationships. Now, let's delve into the various forms of abuse. Abuse is not just about physical violence. It's a multifaceted issue that impacts victims in various ways. Physical abuse. This is the most visible form of abuse, often involving physical actions intended to harm or intimidate a partner. It might include hitting, pushing, or even using physical presence to instill fear. Verbal abuse. Words have power, and in the hands of an abuser, they become weapons. Verbal abuse may include insults, name-calling, threats, or constant belittling. Statements like, "You're nothing without me," are designed to break a person's confidence and create psychological dependency. Emotional abuse. This form is less visible but equally damaging. Gaslighting, manipulation, and isolating the victim from friends or family fall under emotional abuse. It erodes a person's self-worth and causes deep psychological scars. Financial abuse. This involves controlling a partner's access to money or resources. It can include restricting employment, demanding control over income, or denying access to bank accounts. Financial abuse leaves a victim trapped, unable to make independent decisions. Understanding these distinctions is critical. Abuse doesn't always leave physical marks. It can be invisible yet profoundly harmful. One of the biggest challenges in addressing abuse is recognizing its early and subtle signs. These behaviors often seem harmless at first, but indicate a broader pattern of control and harm. For instance, let's revisit Tom's behavior. He insists on knowing where his partner is at all times, under the pretext of concern. He invalidates her feelings, saying, "You're overreacting," when she tries to express discomfort. Financially, he discourages her from working, suggesting she stay home because, "I'll take care of everything." Individually, these actions might seem benign, but together they paint a troubling picture. They contribute to a growing imbalance of power and control within the relationship. Too often, victims tell themselves things will get better or try to normalize these behaviors. As a community, we must learn to recognize the signs and address them before they escalate. Breaking the cycle of abuse requires education, support, and action. By spotting the warning signs early, we can help prevent situations from worsening. For those experiencing abuse, or suspecting someone close to them may be, here are practical steps to take. Acknowledge the behavior. Understand that no form of abuse is acceptable or deserved. Seek help. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or organizations for support. Many hotlines and shelters provide confidential help. Develop a safety plan. For those in immediate danger, having a plan to leave safely is crucial. Engage in counseling or therapy. Professional guidance can help victims rebuild confidence and establish healthy boundaries. Empathy for victims is essential in breaking societal stigmas around abuse. Often, victims face judgment rather than support, which can deter them from seeking help or speaking out. Remember, abuse is never the victim's fault. The responsibility always lies with the abuser. Communities have a role in ensuring victims are supported and protected. For those witnessing signs of abuse, it's important to offer support without judgment. A simple statement like, "I'm here for you," can make a world of difference. Don't try to force action, but be a consistent presence they can turn to. It is vital to be aware of resources available for those affected by abuse. Many helplines and organizations specialize in providing immediate and long-term support for victims. Online resources offering legal or emotional counseling. Community programs that raise awareness and provide education about abuse prevention. Sharing this information widely can ensure that help is within reach for those who need it. Community programs and individuals alike play a part in disrupting the cycle of abuse. This begins with open conversations about the prevalence of abusive behaviors and the tools to combat them. Here's how we can collectively take a stand. Educate yourself and others. Share knowledge about the forms of abuse and their warning signs to dispel ignorance. Challenge harmful behaviors. Speak out against harassment or dismissive attitudes that normalize abuse. Empower victims. Foster environments where victims feel safe to share their experiences and seek help. Advocate for change. Support policies and initiatives aimed at preventing and addressing abuse in communities. Breaking the cycle is a collective effort. We must work together to build safer, more compassionate communities. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned today. Abuse often starts small, but grows into patterns of control and harm. By recognizing these behaviors early, we can intervene and break the cycle before it takes root. Remember, no one deserves abuse. By fostering awareness, providing resources, and standing as allies, we can create a world where respect and safety are universal rights. Thank you for watching this video. Share this message with others, because every conversation can spark change. Together, we can help end the cycle of abuse and build a more supportive community for everyone.